Dot versus Penny might be the highlight of episode 102 of Pokémon Horizons. It certainly seems to be the most exciting part of the episode at first glance. However, not only is this not the only thing this episode has in store for us, but it also, believe it or not, might not even be the most compelling part of the episode. Following the battle, Liko and the friends will go to some ruins that look just like the ones they visited back in episode 57. Even down to the fact that they will once again encounter a Gimmighoul, they will even pick up its coins again, and they will also run into a Charcadet, just like they did back then, with episode 102 even being named after Charcadet. Could this be the same set of ruins and Pokemon? Perhaps. Though this time they will also meet a new character who is clearly a student from Naranja Academy that appears to be an anime original character. I certainly don't recall seeing anyone like this in Scarlet and Violet. It's worth mentioning that this new character does appear in the opening, standing behind Liko and friends alongside a bunch of other characters. So it's safe to say that Liko and friends won't just meet a new friend, but also a new ally and supporter of the Rising Bow Tacklers that will likely assist them in the future. There's really not much more to say about this part of the episode. It's unclear why Liko and friends will go to these ruins. Maybe they are here to find this new character at the behest or recommendation of someone from the academy like Penny, who tells them that this person could help them in their mission to learn more about Laqueum and the Strong Spheres. Also, this new character has a Capsakid who is clearly their partner Pokemon, to the point that they even wear hairpins that are clearly themed after the spicy pepper Pokemon's evolution, Scovillain, who will appear in this episode too as the antagonist, it seems. Could this Scovillain be connected to this new character and their Capsakid? Perhaps. Maybe this is why they are here. They're looking into Scovillain and why it's apparently gone berserk. Now, I do want to add that going by the preview, it looks like Pagogo is the one who will run into Charcadet, which adds credence to this episode taking place in the same ruins from episode 57, and to this Charcadet and potentially even the Gimmighoul too being the same ones from back then. Since, as you might remember, the Charcadet in episode 57 claimed the Pagogo as its trusty steed. So this will perhaps be a reunion between a knight and its loyal mount. Given the title of the episode, I wouldn't be surprised if Charcadet charges into battle with Pagogo against Scovillain in order to protect the piece of the ruins and the Pokemon that call it home. I cannot think of a better opponent for a valiant knight than a two-headed dragon-like Pokemon that has Billin in its name. Also, am I the only one who thinks Charcadet looks like Marshadow here? I honestly thought it was the Gloom Dweller Pokemon for a second, which made me wonder, why are we suddenly getting the appearance of a mythical Pokemon that has nothing to do with Paldea or Laqueum as far as we know? What excites me the most about Charcadet, however, is that well over a year ago, I made a video on what Pokemon I think Liko and Roy will catch. And one of the Pokemon I predicted for Liko was Charcadet, and I still think it would be a great fit for her, since Charcadet is a small and adorable Pokemon, but one that is brave, determined, and willing to fight opponents stronger than itself. It is similar to Liko, who is timid and shy, but when she has to fight, she does so, even against opponents that are more powerful than her, especially if it's to protect her friends or those in need, much like a knight would. I think that they would have a great dynamic and complement each other very well. Moreover, I said in that video that it's usual for protagonists in this anime, aka Ash, to have the Trinity, which is to say, grass, fire, and water, or at least part of it, in their teams. Ash almost always did. Liko has a grass type of course, so she needs fire and water to meet this requirement, if you will. And the Charcadet is a fire type. Additionally, her Charcadet could evolve into Armarouge, who is a counterpart of Cerulege, who is of course Amedio's main and signature Pokemon. Back when I made that speculation video, I described Amedio as a sort of rival to Liko. So I argued that them having the same Pokemon, or better yet, ones that are part of the same evolutionary family, would be quite fitting, especially since this happened several times with Ash and his rivals. However, we now know for a fact that Amedio is more of a parallel to Liko. They have a lot in common, such as the fact that they are both the grandchild of an ancient adventurer who entrusted them with their legacy. They even had a heart-to-heart back in episode 65, where they learned that they share several of their ideals and emotions. They felt the same way about many things, and Amedio ultimately went from villain to hero, meaning they are no longer light and dark, yin and yang, though they still retain the same vibe and demeanor. Basically, they feel like two sides of the same coin. Therefore, them having two Pokemon that are also two sides of the same coin is just perfect, especially since Cerulege and Armarouge just fit Amedio and Liko respectively due to their typing and colors. Obviously, Liko did not catch Charcadet in episode 57, which is the only episode in Horizons where a Charcadet appeared physically. But now, episode 102 presents her with another chance to catch one. So, will she? Well, it's certainly possible, more so if this really is the same Charcadet from back then, since recurring Pokemon always have a high chance of being captured by a main character, especially if they befriend a Pokemon belonging to said main character, which is the case here with Pagogo. In fact, it seems to be happy to see Charcadet, reinforcing both the fact that this is the same Charcadet and that they are indeed friends, that they became quick friends in episode 57, or at least that Pagogo recognizes it from back then. One has to wonder as well, why even bring this Charcadet back if it's not going to do anything special like be captured by Liko? Is it supposed to just help them and then be left behind once more? I find this difficult to believe, and it would be a terrible waste. Plus, again, the title of the episode references Charcadet directly. Clearly, it will be important. Perhaps far more than just being the Pokemon who helps to save the day in this episode. The odds that she will catch it might not be very high. It's definitely not guaranteed, but the odds are certainly not zero. The chance is very much still there, and I want to believe that this will happen. I absolutely hope that it will, especially since we haven't seen a capture in this series since episode 75, which is when Liko captured Pagogo. This was, as of episode 102, 27 episodes ago. And no, Royce Lucario doesn't count, since that capture happened off-screen. Now, I did post a poll about this too, asking if you think Liko will catch Charcadet, and most of you do think that she will. Fingers crossed. The introduction of a new character who will likely become a new friend and ally of the Rising Bolt Tacklers, and the apparent return of a Pokemon that could potentially join Liko's team means that this episode could be far more meaningful, interesting, and special than what it appears to be initially. The surprising battle between Dot and Penny, which I have low expectations for, is thankfully not everything this episode has going for it. Speaking of Dot versus Penny, this is also part of this preview of course, but I covered that separately in another video. Please do check it out. There will be a link to it in the description below, at the end of this video, and in the pinned comment. Of course, we won't know just how good this episode will be or what exactly will happen in it until it airs on July 4. As always, I will review the episode after it airs, so please look forward to that. Also, I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Will Liko catch Charcadet? Do you want her to catch it? And what will this new character bring to the table? If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, feel free to click the links on screen. And if you'd like to support the channel and help me keep making content like this, you can find ways to do so in the description below. Your support truly means the world to me. Thank you so much for watching, and let's meet again in the next video.